Give me 2 minutes. I'm just putting in the right stuff to say everybody who everybody is, and then we'll be started. God damn it, I took a shot of 99 berries and now I'm all fucked up, you guys. Feel like I might go wasted. Come on. Here we go. Y'all ready, motherfuckers? Let's do this shit. Yo, yo, yo. How y'all doing today? It's your guy SuitMan Productions. We're on the road. We're actually doing a show from California for once because the old SuitMan got on the road, decided to do something, right? So tonight, though, we've got one of my favorite shows. It's Black and Proud. This is a show that represents those within the Black community and those within the Proud community as well. Meaning most of our lineup and all of our lineup is not only Black, but also LGBTQ. Tonight, we have a great lineup going on. We've got opening up the show, we've got Becky, Lynn out of Sacramento, California. We've got Willie Travis out of Sacramento, California. We've got KeedawithaQ out of New Orleans, Louisiana. We've got Statuesse out of our neighboring country up north. I didn't even know they had Black people up there. Up in Canada, Calgary. And then our headliner tonight has so much style and sass. The shit's ridiculous. It's Derek Dozier out of Sacramento. But last, but definitely not least, everybody make some noise. Give it up for your host with the most, the biggest attitude outside of Seattle, probably me, the love child of Portland. Give it up for Dahlia, Belle.
Hello, wonderful. What I really love about Dante's intros is that I don't even use my middle name on stage, but he always tries to slaughter it with some other just new alien pronunciation. It's amazing. He's so creative that way. I'm so honored to be on this show with all you lovely people from California, including Canada, California, and New Orleans, Louisiana, California. And I myself am based out of Portland, Oregon, California, which I'm actually hopeful for. Like, please, if you could just let us in, that would be great. Annex this bitch. Now, I am, of course, a sweetheart. That is true. That's just part of my resume. The rest of it was on OnlyFans, but they're clamming up. It's fine. I thought I was going to be like really radical and blow everyone's mind and host this whole show without my hair on. And then I realized a bitch is vain and I'm not going to do that shit. No, absolutely not. I don't want everyone walking in here thinking this show is hosted by the most uninspired drag queen in Portland. That is not what's happening at all. I am a trans woman. Yes, as you can see from the moon cycle around me. I did this special just for tonight because I'm high. It's a different thing every night. That's why it's fun for me. That's the beauty of it. Everyone comes out different ways, you know, everyone has a different identity. Everything's a different thing. Um, the first time I came out to my mom when I was 16, and I I grew up in a very religious household, so I was terrified. And I went up to her while she was braiding her hair, or some other stereotypical Black woman activity. And I said with tears in my eyes, Mom, I'm so sorry. I think I might be bi. Um, and she looked at me and she said, Baby, I love you no matter what. Just don't let white men ejaculate in your booty hole, because that's how you get the AIDS. And we never spoke of it again. That was my only birds and the bees talk ever. It was amazing. And those words have gotten me through many tough times. But I also don't want anyone getting the wrong idea about me personally. So I want to assure you, since that day, I've allowed plenty of white men to ejaculate in my booty hole, not one case of AIDS. All right? It's fine. That's not entirely true. I don't actually have sex with men. That's not true either. I don't have sex with cisgender men anymore. That's more accurate. And don't get me wrong, gentlemen, I love dick. I do. I do. I promise you, I love dick more than any hoe you've ever known. I just can't fuck with your personalities. You see, it's like I see the chest hair and I want to run my fingers through it. I see the facial hair. I want to sit on it. Your opinions dry me up like a raisin instantly, and no one wants that. Raisin pussy's bad for business. I got bills to pay. You can't ruin this for me. And that's why I fucks hard with trans men. I do. Trans men are a delight. I love them. Okay. And think about it, the average cis dude has what, one, maybe two dicks at most, whereas every trans nigga I've ever met has no fewer than 7 dicks for each of his 5 girlfriends. Trust me, trans niggas are packing. Every last one of them has a 12-inch and an 8-inch and a 6-inch that vibrates. It's the good stuff, right? You go to a cis dude's house, he's rummaging into a trans nigga's house, he hands you a menu. He's a gentleman. Plus, he leaves his dick in the shower. I know where it's been. I know where it came from. I helped him pick it out. And look, I'm engaged, okay? I have an engagement ring. This is the real deal. I am living proof. You can, in fact, turn a hoe into a hoe-ass housewife. And this symbol of commitment says nothing of the bonds of love and matrimony, nearly as much as saving your combined incomes to buy your boyfriend the perfect dick. Because if we break up, I'm taking the dick with me. I will. I promise you. You can have the fucking ring. Good dick is hard to come by. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, there was a question backstage as to whether or not this was a clean show. And yes, we're very wholesome, so there will be no profanity or I'm just fucking with y'all. Okay, so first up, all the way from Sacramento, please put your hands together or some appropriate American Sign Language for Becky Lynn.
Oh my gosh, hi, that's me. I'm Becky Lynn. Hi, friends. This is so exciting to be here coming at you from my kitchen table with moderate lighting. Wow, you guys, I always knew that I was going to be a performer. I knew from like a super young age. My dad, he used to like turn old refrigerator boxes into like pretend TVs that I could act stuff out inside of. I'm not sure if anybody else at home was a lonely kid. And I learned very early on that I could trap him in the garage with a 6-pack of Coors Light and a lawn chair and make him watch me do shit in the pretend TV. Not like weird stuff, just kid stuff. That never sounds better. And then I would make like a, like a remote control out of a scratch piece of cardboard, right? And I'd slide it over to him and be like, hey, Dad, turn on the TV. This is going to be really good. And I don't know if anybody has ever had to like vie for like the attention of a parent, but if you have, you need to be really fucking entertaining. So I started very strong. Okay, I started with a song. I sang The Alphabet, a true banger. You've heard it. It's just like a top 40 hit of like forever, right? And so we're off to a wonderful start. He loved it. I was like, okay, Dad, the next one's pretty good too. Change the channel. So he changes the channel. I act out a scene from my favorite movie, okay, from The Lion King. I'm like, Simba, don't go there, or whatever the fuck he says. And it was still, we were still doing good. I was like, all right, Dad, last one. This one's my favorite. Change the channel. And he does. And there's 5-year-old me just like pulling a glove on my hand, repeating, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. And look, I was just a very socially aware child, you know? I just was in tune to what was happening. And maybe some people at home are like wondering, like, oh, wow, is this what we're doing in 2021? Are we telling OJ Simpson jokes in 2021? And my response to that is, yeah, absolutely, we are. I challenge the next comic to write a Lorena Bobbitt bit, you know? Let's just like bring back the hits. Next on Chopped. I will share this about myself, you guys. I am a rescue. I'm adopted. Yeah, and give it up for me for finding my forever home. Like, what an honor. And it's so interesting. Like, when my parents adopted me, they already had 4 biological children and 3 grandchildren, right? Usually I tell people that, and they're like, oh, wow. And they had so much love left to give. And I don't fucking buy it. You know, I don't, because it's just very hard for me to wrap my mind around the idea that like a decently healthy 50-year-old white couple would give up their best casino going years to deal with puberty for a 5th time. You know, the math just doesn't add up. But I'm pretty sure I figured it out, you guys. I'm pretty sure I cracked the code. My parents' biological children, my siblings, like, bless them, I love them. You know, they are who they are, and that is troubled. They're very troubled. And we're talking like a variety of different things, okay? Mental illness, addiction, conservatism. And I think that my parents were just trying to like figure out how much of that was biologically their fault, you know? So that's been my massive realization at 30, is just that like my entire childhood was just a nature versus nurture case study. So I'm feeling very confident in who I am as a person. It is like a very interesting experience though, being a Black child adopted by a white family. You know, I don't really have like much to compare it to, but like I know it's odd. And my brother, he actually used to describe me as a cat being raised by dogs, which is fucking weird. But the more, you know, I think about it, like the older I get, the more it starts to make like a lot of sense to me, right? And it'll make sense to you too, like, because really think about it. If I'm a cat being raised by dogs, like I fuck with cats. Cats, they're very clean, they're self-sufficient, they mind their own business, you know, and most dogs are racist. So I actually think it was a pretty accurate, I thought it was a very accurate representation of my life. You guys, that's my time. I've been Becky Lynn. Let's give it back to your host. Thank you.
Oh, oh. So I usually use these fancy earbuds so that like I don't look like I'm on Star Trek or something, but I forgot to charge them. And I was really pissy because I had to wear the headset, but now I'm really happy so I can laugh that loud and not just deafen everyone, because that shit was funny. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Yeah, my night's already worth it. Also, I didn't have to leave my bed, so my night was already worth it. Our next comic is also coming all the way from Sacramento, and I totally remember which comic it is. That is Willie Travis.
Oh, oh man, thank you. This is brand new to me. This is a Zoom. How does this, like, do I email you guys the jokes? How do I, is this like AOL? Okay. Yeah, man, Willie Travis is my real name. Not too sure what my mom was thinking. I have the name of like a runaway slave who maybe ran away to pursue country music. Whatever the case may be, I just dropped my mixtape Straight Outta Cotton. You can download that off of Napster and Kazaa. Crazy, man. I'm from a very small town, actually. I currently reside in Sacramento, but I'm from a very small town in Mississippi called Moss Point. and I'm sure a few of you guys know where Mississippi is. For those who don't know where it is, it's about 200 years that away is where Mississippi is. My little town, we just recently became #2 worst city in the entire state. So, you know, shout out to my street cred, because that's about the extent of my street cred. You know, because I know what it seems like, what it sounds like, you know. I know it sounds like I was the first one in my family to go off and trust white people. It's not entirely true. You know, I actually recently retired from scaring white people. I had to hang the cleats up. I got tired of that lifestyle. I don't know. I like to just like to baffle white people in public now. I'll give you an example. I was at the grocery store just a week ago. I was on the cereal aisle. I saw a woman reading the nutritional facts on a box of Special K with strawberries. And I roll up behind her. Have you seen Archie? Archie was here and then he sent me to the store. And I just walk away. I figured made her day. You know, I had something to do. We all came out of it learning something. I was at a Home Depot just about a month ago. I saw a guy going to 2 water pumps in both hands with an unsure face. So I find optimal spacing
in a world where the quality of water pump varies by manufacturer. One man will find himself torn between the 2 that will decide his pool's fate. Find out this summer who takes a dive when one man gets pumped.
Now, that's how I was raised, to talk to white people. TV raised me. I was at a grocery store, that same grocery store, I saw a white woman squeezing oranges. I roll up behind her and I hide behind the bananas.
One was a ripened piece of fruit, fresh off the truck and in a strange new land. The other, a mom looking for more than an influx of vitamin C for her kids. But this summer, their worlds will collide, and the age-old question will finally be answered. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
And so I raise up from the bananas with one in hand and a big ass smile. Actually, turns out she was extremely old and extremely terrified. I had to flee the scene because I don't want to get arrested. Very much a possibility in my line of black. You know, I can't go to prison, man. I'm not gonna let that happen. I watch too much Lock Up Raw. That's like birth control to me. That you know, it keeps me out of there, because I know that if I personally go to prison, I'm gonna have to rape. I don't want to have to rape in prison. All right. I'm a nice guy, you know, I'm a tender lover. I don't want to have to rape, you know, and if I do rape, it's gonna be like a Facts of Life, Mrs. Garrett type of situation. Girls, girls, girls. You know, I'm gonna gather the girls together. Currently not talking to my mom online, you know, we had to cut that out, you know, Facebook, you know how family members over 45, you just can't be friends with them on social media. Me and my mom stopped talking because she's always commenting on, you know, my awesome updates. You know, I pride myself on, you know, posting dope shit. And you know, she likes to always chime in, you know. I post my thing, you know, pickles is dope. Send. I just wait, you know, for my adoration to pour in. My mom likes to chime in. Oh, baby, that's so cute. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? You're in my comment section. She's like, oh, baby, it's my face. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm like, it doesn't work that way, Mom. And she replies with like her like a video of her humming and singing church hymns. I press play on the video. I'm like, that's the ending theme to the Jeffersons, Mom. That is not a church hymn. What type of hymn book is that you're reading from? That's a 1970s TV guide. We're gonna get you the help you need, Mom. Ah, crazy. I've really been big into time wasters recently. I got tired of, you know, crushing candy. I got tired of tending to a virtual farm. I'm done with that shit. I'm looking for some next level time wasters here. I think I found a few. I've been urinating to the last drop. That's a really good time waster. You know, you can never win the game, you know, because you always have to end it manually. I've been sneezing into my Google voice search lately. That's been really fun for me. You know, just hot shit. Patagonia. This place is beautiful. This is great. Yeah, man. This is awesome. I honestly, I thought that I was getting a light from Duante. I didn't when I'm and I okay, there it is. There it is. Yeah, guys, I really want to thank you for actually having me on. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna give it back to your host. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. That was delightful. I am, however, there we go, microphone. That was delightful, was what I was saying. Anyhow, I am personally friends with my son on Facebook, and he is also Facebook friends with his other mother. For your information, young man. Yeah, and his mother and I, we aren't friends, but we do get along, you know. And she's kind of interesting because after 10 years of marriage to me, one of the reasons she gave for filing for divorce was my ambiguous sexuality, which is valid. But fast forward a few years, and the person for whom she left me also came out as a trans woman. And obviously, my co-parent isn't going around turning people transgender because it doesn't work that way. But I am extremely petty, and I want her to think it is. So if you could help me spread this lie all over the internet, I'm trying to get her a complex for her birthday. So moving forward to our next delightful comic, all the way from the beautiful, beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. I got this. I did not start drinking at noon. Again, I did. Keeda with a Q.
You said it right. Yay. Hey, y'all. It's Keeda with a Q. I am standing so that I may give you the illusion of lots of energy. I don't have any pants on, and I just put shirt on for the show. Threw some earrings on. I was like, they'll never know. How the fuck would they know? So I've been standing here the whole time because I can't really move. Because y'all and y'all ain't tipping like that unless y'all is. Then let me know. So I'm watching some shit. I got it on pause right now, but I'm gonna tell y'all some shit that's been on my mind lately. I'm gay as fuck. Been gay for the better part of since I can remember. Started out with a crush on my kindergarten teacher. She used to wear teacher pants. I don't know if you know about teacher pants, but if you got a fat ass, it really does them nicely. There was a little hot corduroy joints. I was here for it. My mom used to be like, oh my God, Keeda loves her teacher so much. She cries when we leave. Like, bitch, we in love. I'm trying to tear me away from my lady. And then I straightened up. No, I literally got straight for some time. I was strictly dickly. That's what I used to like how it sounded in my mouth when I used to say it dickly. And then I met Alexis at Walmart and I was bi. I was like, okay, I could fuck with this. And if I say I'm still fucking with dudes, then people won't trip. They don't care if you just like girls on the side. But then when I married a bitch and proclaimed I was lesbian, I think my cover was blown. I think everybody figured it out. I think they knew when I was like, yes, I do love this bitch forever. It was like, oh, okay. And then I judged all the bisexual bitches. All of them. Confused ass bitch. You can't have everything. Pick a side. But it turns out there ain't no rules in this shit. You can do it literally what the fuck you want to do. So I'm pansexual now. It's just a little journey to get to. I fuck with everybody. I actually jumped on a couple sides of the fence and it was like, I like all of it. Fucking around like that. The only problem I find is when I date cis men, they be like, don't be fucking me like no bitch, right? and I just be fucking humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, parts do different stuff and stuff. So I just be trying to see if you know. Did you know that if I lick your nipple counterclockwise, that feels nice? I didn't know if you knew that. Don't tell me ain't no titties, you know that, huh? Like, well, they look like some titties that I've had. I'm not trying to or anything, but if you want my personal opinion, these do look like titties, yes. And I be licking titties. Sorry, my bad. I know you ain't fuck with that. I've been dating a lot during the pandemic. I know people been like, it's been dry out here. They so lonely. It's all bad. And I feel sorry for y'all. Because I think I took all the bitches. I think that when the pandemic was coming, I hoarded bitches and I could have let y'all have some. But you got to be prepared. I seen this coming. I hadn't let my puffing group go from October. It was only January when shit hit the fan. You should have still had you some bitches from Halloween. Like, that's how you gotta do. Keep you some. Keep your tricks and your treats and keep them going to the new year. That's what I did. Next time the world is ending, you'll know. You'll fucking know. That's a tip from me to you. Get your bitches in order. I also had several breakups during the pandemic. Make sure your mental health is ready to break up with a lot of people in a row. Because I don't believe in long love, old school 50-year love. I believe in like 1.5 year love. I'm saying like 3 months we live together, 6 months we maybe planning a wedding, we taking joint vacations, we doing it real good. A year we start fighting. It's getting bad. 1.5 years is over and I'm okay with that. Because I got a lot of 1.5 years in me. I don't got a lot of 50 years. So I can't play that game with people, okay? So just get your little short love. Like this illusion of this long, mediocre love. I've been getting flued out. I got an air fryer, an Alexa, 6 velvet do-rags, and 4 sets of Bath and Body Works. Just let it go. What you get? A heartache, 3 kids, a half-ass divorce settlement, and a hernia. That's not the kind of life I want to live. So I'm just gonna do my shit like this. I figured out my sexuality. Mostly, I got that shit all down, right? That took the first 36 years of my life. So in the next 36, I'm gonna figure out if I want to be poly or monogamous. Because I want to fuck a lot of people, but I just don't want you to fuck a lot of people. I just want everybody like me the most. I know that's not how this shit work. I fucking know that ain't how it works. But in my dream world, I will have partners and they will all just have me. But that's all I got for y'all tonight. Thanks for laughing with me. I'm KeedawithaQ.
Yes. Oh my God. So here's a little secret about me. I always have to pee right before I go on the stage. So it's worse if I'm hosting because I don't want to leave during any of these brilliant comic sets. So I'm going to have to pee for this entire show while laughing my ass off. So will I wet myself? Wait and see. Next, coming all the way from the beautiful, beautiful land of Calgary. I've never been there. Please welcome Statuesse.
Hello. So happy to be here. I'm Statuesse, born, raised, and still living the racism dream in Calgary. Yay! Travis, I feel like we're a little bit connected because like you're the second worst city in your state and I'm the worst big city in Canada. Yay! It's like racism is everywhere here, everywhere. And I'm so lucky. I'm a giant Black woman. I get to find it all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. They always love to ask me, where are you from? And I'm like, Calgary. And they're like, no. Like, where are you really from? Like, where were you born? And I'm like, Calgary. And then they're like, no, I mean like where, and I feel like they have meetings or there's a pamphlet or something where everybody knows that they have to ask 3 times. So I've just started saying like Calgary, 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 because like, where's the rhinestone cowboy? Does a rhinestone cowboy show up if I say it 3 times? Never fucking happened yet. But I have seen a rhinestone Calgary. He's really hot. He's white. So got to take all his money. But when they ask me the 3rd time, where are you from? I'm like, I'm a fucking redneck. Yeah, they come in this color. I know, because one gives me a check every month. I fucked it up. I did that because he was nice to me, which means that he paid for stuff. He's really cheap about it though. He was also an MC. Yeah, so it's a very small check. He's a rapper in Calgary, talking about how he's marginalized because the Black people won't accept him. I was like, you got me, motherfucker. What more do you need? Done with him. Done with him. Dahlia, you and I are like besties because yeah, white men. I'm really tall. I'm really like I'm 6'1", and then I do stuff like this. Look at those. Yes, thank you, Dahlia. I knew you'd love them. If you need a shoe closet, I have a few shoes, and I wouldn't mind sharing. But especially men, but people are always asking me like, why are you wearing such big shoes? And I'm like, Bigfoot can do whatever the fuck she likes. Mhm. But I recently found out that they're really just helping me. Yeah, there's a vagina height requirement, and my black pussy is way too high off the ground. But I'm an equal opportunity cunnilingus participant. Yes, that means tall people, get on your knees. I'm also a dominatrix. Get at me for pricing. And short people, I usually stand up on stage with a mic. Walk right through. I swear my inseam is 36 inches flat foot. So when I put the shoes on, a whole person can walk right through. I like a Hummer, not the car. I need a zaddy. I need a zaddy so bad. And because we're on a pride show, yes, because we're on a pride show, I am questioning my sexuality because I have a problem. It's heterosexual men. I really wish it was a choice because I like dick. That's my problem. I like dick, but I also really like personalities, and I like to talk and have a deep conversation. And so when Dahlia was talking about like that dick closet that I could just pick whatever I want, oh my God, please. And I 100% would date a trans man, and I would date a trans woman. But I feel like it's mean because I'd want them to bring their own dick. If you know anyone like that who has money, let me know. I also, if I'm dating cis het men, money, I'm an Igbo girl. I gotta talk about that. And I want you to like have all your hair if it's just about money, because we know the less testosterone you have, the harder it is for you to fuck me. Yay! I'll take your money just for fun. My government name is Adora Nwolfor. So Adora, not that little kid with the backpack. My parents won't let me in the forest. And Nwolfor it's an Igbo name. And I teach people how to say that in my city, because if you can fucking say Tchaikovsky, you can say Nwolfor. So I'm gonna spell it for you, so you can find me to book me for those. You know. N Norman, W Walter, O Oscar, F Frank, O Oscar, R Robert is also a list of men that are obsessed with my giantism. Takes 2 Oscars to make one Adora. I really am tired of having the conversation about what I need to do. Excuse me. For folks in the world as a Black woman, they want me to educate them. They want me to be nice about it. They want me to look good. I mean, I do that for me. Also, Dahlia, I feel like I have something for you at the end of this. But I'm closer to 50 than 30. So I'm 46. I'm coming up on 46. And yeah, I have 3 kids, all birth control babies. I found out about the twins at the abortion clinic. They know that story. Yeah. In my city, if it's 2 babies, they have to tell you. And my mom's a twin, and my dad's a twin. And Nigerians have the highest incidence of twins in the world. And why didn't fucking anybody tell me that? Whew, the plan was 0 babies. Anyways, I'm an activist, so I'm the president of Black Lives Matter in my city, and a lot of people want to tell me what to do and how to do it, and I'm like, get at me for fucking pricing. That's the only way I'm going to do what you tell me. But a lot of people don't understand what protesting is about. Like, they want to show up in uniform. Somebody asked me if we could get all Black leather uniforms. And I was like, it's Calgary. It's fucking hell. If it's cold, that's going to disintegrate. And if it's hot, I'm already 46. I'm on fire. and not because I'm hot. I'm so sorry. Well, I feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna give somebody COVID, and I don't even have COVID. The coughing is, I'm so afraid of it now. Please don't think I'm double back. Lastly, like OFA, that's my political stance. It's orgasms for all. Marginalized genders and anti-racists first. That means that I get to come first. I have recently been making art out of my squirts. I take pictures of them. Yes, yes, yes. Because my mystical elixir deserves to be everywhere. So, the last thing that I'm gonna say is that I'm so sorry. The last thing I'm gonna say is that what starts with an N, ends with an R, and has 6 letters. Wall for, nigga. Yeah, I feel like I also was waiting for the light, and I didn't want to go overtime. I feel like I already went overtime. Is there still more time?
No worries. I'm spotlighted, so I guess I'm talking again. But thank you so much for being here. That bought me time that I didn't have to talk, and I love not talking. And also, thank you for being funny, because that's the beautiful frosting on my cake of language is hard this time of night, y'all. Don't expect that much of me. And don't get me wrong, I am a feminist. I am a very proud, outspoken feminist. And feminism means different things to different people. For me personally, all it means is I believe that any woman can do absolutely anything any man can do, and probably 1,000 times better. I absolutely believe that. And I also believe that while brilliant, exceptional women are out changing the world for the better, I'm gonna fuck all their boyfriends. And both of those things can be empowering. So, with that note, please welcome your headliner for the evening, all the way from Sacramento, California, Derek Dozier.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I loved that lead-in about feminism, because I agree. I think that's super, super important. Like, I think all of us together, okay, as queer as you may be, or all the women out there, all of you, I think we all have to work together and stop fucking dudes who are afraid to call themselves feminists. If we keep fucking and keep supporting these boys who won't call themselves feminists, we're encouraging them. We're rewarding them for not looking up the word feminism. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be fucking a guy regularly who won't look up a word on the internet if it pertains to me. You know, I want him to at least be willing to look up a word in case it comes up. Our host also, you said a beautiful, you told a story about coming out as bi, you know, and how your mother immediately was like, don't let men come in your booty hole. I relate, okay? I had to come out to my parents multiple times. Both times I came out to my father. Both times I came out to my father. His first priority, I said, Dad, I think I'm bisexual. And both times he was like, so you're doing gay porn, huh? That was the first thing he was ready for his son saying I'm bisexual. It's gay porn then. It was the exact same concern. And he also said it immediately, like your mom, like they were sharing some conversation. Willie, my pal Willie Travis, he hasn't been to jail. You know, he hasn't been to prison. I gotta tell you, my friends, I have. I was in jail, you know, but I didn't go to jail a long time. I was in jail just long enough to learn that if I, a brown person, could get a Nazi or a skinhead to eat a morsel of food from my hand, if I could feed them, they'd roll right over and show me their bellies, you know? They would become so submissive. They'd become such good boys. You know, they would be pals. If I could just get them to eat a little something. I also wrote down here, oh yeah, Katie is saying she's pansexual. Katie, I love pansexuals. I love pansexuals because pansexuals and I are poly people, not just pansexuals, but polyamory, people that share partners. I relate to them so much because very simply, if I like you enough to fuck you, I want to help get you laid. I want you to get fucked all the time. If I think you're worth it, you're worth it. Get fucked. I want you as fucked as you want to be. That's how I show my love. Statuesse, I love and am so curious about your orgasm art. Everyone deserves an orgasm. Everybody. And that orgasm art though is a magical thing because that orgasm art is the kind of stuff that the same people who would say, how could a woman sell this orgasm art in public? How dare she? Same person who would hate it would also buy it. You know, that's a beautiful part of an orgasm art, you know, that you can still get that hate purchase, you know? I wanted to tell you guys, okay, a little bit about me. My ma called my sister and I her little mocha babies. She said it with love. She said it with so much love. It was completely racially motivated, but she meant it very kindly when she said it, you know? But it was an odd way of saying, oh, isn't it strange how a normal, straight-haired, blue-eyed white person could make a freaky little brown baby? Look at these freaky little brown babies I made. Isn't that odd? I made my little mocha babies. I made my little freaky mocha babies. Want to see? You know, I found it surprising. My goal tonight is to tell you, all you good people out there safely quarantining at home out there in internet land, my goal is to just remind you not to react too big when you find out about racial mixing. You know, just play it cool. Don't be too shocked by it, you know, because it kind of leaves mixed kids feeling less like a human and more like a dinosaur. You know, like maybe I'm a dinosaur and my genetics have been mixed and I'm just an odd result of all that. I don't know. I think I'm just your special, ethnically ambiguous guest. You know, it's not a monster you've made. It's just an ethnically ambiguous brown person. Thanks, Obama, Mariah, Carey, Alicia Key, and Peel, huh? Yeah, thank you, all the light-skinned and mixed people that made it easier for me to exist. I'm good people out there safely quarantining. You know, I am a medium brown person. I'm a medium brown person, and this medium brown person came to exist because two prison guards fell madly in love. Two prison guards loved each other so much, they decided, let's make some brown kids to hate at home, you know? They wanted to bring some work home with them. Oh, they're overachievers. Growing up with prison guard parents, I really learned, you know, I really do think that police in the United States, I think police have become a religion, you know? Police have become a religion. We believe in them. We want them to work. We want them to be good protectors and take care of us. And the people that believe in them and want to protect them, we give them a blue line. Here is a blue line, police. I believe you need this blue line to protect your police people. Well, I would like to be protected. And so if the police are only worried about protecting their blue line and I want to be protected, then I have to become a police. I don't want to have to become a police to be protected, because if I'm a police and I'm protecting the other police, then we're protecting all of our police friends from you, the people. You know, I want the police to be people. I want to protect the people. You know, the police are people too. Come be people with us. I think what would clean up a lot of the police stuff is, you know, send someone out with them on a police call. When they go out and they take their guns, we're going to send somebody with them. Okay, we're going to send one abuela. This is my abuela program. Abuela will go out with the police, and abuela's job is to hold all the guns. Abuela holds all the guns. She can also give advice, but she's also there to hold all the guns. And what abuela does is when the police get scared and they say, abuela, there's a teenager running away from me. I'm scared and want my gun. Abuela says, no, no, no. I won't give you your gun. You know, abuela knows the right time. When she gets scared, she knows the right time for a gun. You know, one responsible woman, I think, would really change the whole perspective. Like one older woman holding the guns, I think it'd be a good step. I got a dog. I got a dog myself. I got a dog in part so that I would be less threatening to white people. I got a shepherd. So because police love shepherds. Police love shepherds. When I take my shepherd out in public, police wave to it and say, hello, shepherd, look at you. You know, she's a smart dog. I got my shepherd, so when the police inevitably point their guns at me, they'll at least feel bad about pointing a gun at one of us, you know? They'll have second thoughts about shooting a German shepherd that they won't have about me. It's going great. She is a smart dog. I'm teaching her how to ride on my back, and I think we'll get out of a few of these situations alive. Told you guys a little about jail. Honestly, I don't really want to be seen as a medium brown person, you know? I don't like that racial algebra. You know, I don't like being half Black. I want to be one whole, perfect, complete Black woman. You know, I still dream of growing up and becoming a Black woman someday. It's still how I see myself. But growing up, I certainly didn't look like a Black woman. I grew up looking like a pirate often. You know, I thought I looked cool, but turns out I was very swarthy looking, you know? If I had a mustache and especially long hair, very piratey. You know, some guys could get their hair braided and put a do-rag on and look really cool, look like a music video. If I put a do-rag on, I look like a pirate, you know, a vague hint of eyeliner and I seem like I'm about to rob people. I think being bald, you know, being bald has made me more of a believer in reincarnation than I used to be. You know, as a bald person, I just have this natural thought to myself that next time I have hair, I'm gonna do this all differently. I'm not gonna wear my wave cap so tight. You know, I'm gonna treat that new head, that next head, I'm gonna treat it so much better. My father, you know, my father did not want me, or my father was kind of scared of fat people. You know, my dad was kind of scared of fat people. He warned me, you know, Derek, I want you to date girls, you know, this girl, your girlfriend, she's too fat. And so now, as an adult, whenever I take a fat person out for ice cream, it feels just as rebellious as sucking a dick. You know, it really just feels like I'm letting myself shine through. I am a high school dropout, college dropout, beauty school dropout. I'm a hippie, atheist. The few people that really want to fuck me, the few people that are like, that's my thing, that really want this, are so disappointed to find out I hate astrology. I don't want to hear about any astrology. You know, I seem like someone who wants to play with crystals and knows what you can do with your quartz. I don't want to hear about any of that goop nonsense bullshit. You know, no, cut it out with all that. I am medium gay. And medium gay, what that means to me is whatever genitals you have, I want to see them. You know, I am just so curious about you and what you have. If you got a big or a long or an in-between, I'd love to see it. I'll give you compliments on your thing and let you know it's right It's beautiful. I'm terribly curious. Who's my type? My type? It's whoever wants to fuck me. That's my type. If you're into me, that's really the most interest I can have in someone, is liking this. I'm non-binary. Non-binary means to me that, my cock and balls really are just disappointing, because I'd really rather have thigh gap. I'd rather be able to see through that little gap in my legs. The biggest cock is just going to be a disappointment that I will never have pretty thigh gap. But that's sexy shit. I grew up going to youth group. I grew up singing songs and praising Jesus. And at the beginning of our song singing sessions, we would hold hands and pray. And I'm holding hands and praying. My eyes are closed and my youth group leader's fingers are entwined with mine. And as we're praying to an almighty deity, I can't help but think. This thought worms into my brain. I keep picturing my youth group leader's penis. I can't help but wonder if his penis is as thick and firm as his fingers are in my hand. If his cock would feel so warm and soft, but still strong at the same time. And I tell you, good people, I believed. I was afraid that Satan was reaching inside of my mind. I thought Satan had a hold on me. And I promise you, I tried. I really did try. But that's some gay you can't pray away. That's how good gay dick and gay pussy is. It's so good that however long ago the Bible was, 8,000 years ago, or the beginning of time, for 8,000 years, God has been telling his followers, gay dick, gay pussy, bad. Do not get that gay dick or gay pussy. It's sin. You'll go to hell forever. But we all know it's still worth it. That's how good gay dick and gay pussy is. It's good. It's worth hell. It's worth eternal damnation. Now that I love myself, I've decided I'm thinking differently about deities. I'm thinking differently about gods. My favorite book used to be the Bible. Does anybody have a favorite book out there? Mine was the Bible. And in the Bible, God doesn't want you to really read other books. God doesn't want you to have a favorite book. Certainly not a favorite book equal to God. I don't know if other comic book or other book characters can get away with that. I don't think Superman could get away with saying, "Thou shalt not have any heroes in spandex before me. Thou shalt not read Spider-Man. Thou shalt only love me. I'm your first, your only super." I don't know if other deities can get away with that. I just decided I want my God, my eternal being, to have at least as much self-confidence, to love themselves at least as much as the least famous Kardashian. You gotta love yourself, God. You gotta like what you're doing. You can't be so afraid that someone's stealing your shine. Love yourself. I grew up in Sacramento. Out here in Sacramento, it's kind of wild. There's some weird shit you'll see. It's not too uncommon to see one person riding two bicycles. When I see one person riding two bicycles, I always think it's nefarious. I always think it's some sort of at least, mildly naughty behavior. You never see one person, it's almost always a man, one man riding two bicycles and think, I bet his pal just forgot his bike. And so he's riding two bikes to bring his friend the bike that they forgot. It never seems like that. If you see one person riding rollerblades, but still trying to maintain a skateboard, I think they stole at least one of those vehicles. If you see someone carrying a scooter on their bicycle, I don't think both of those two-wheeled things are yours. Also, growing up here in Sacramento, there's a lot of diversity. There's lots of people, but growing up here, it always felt like to me, the truth always felt like to me, Asian people are Black to me. You know, Asian people are Black. Less than 50 years ago, the Japanese people here in California were rounded up and shipped off to the South. They rounded up the Japanese people and forced them to go to camps and made them work in fields. I don't know what you call it, but I think that's the full nigger experience. That's the whole shebang that we forced onto our Japanese brethren. And so now, when I see old Asian women walking around Sacramento supermarkets and they smile at me and I smile back, we're also saying, I'm not going to let any white people round you up and ship you off. You know, I'm keeping an eye out. Today, you're not getting sent anywhere else. We're staying here. We're going to be okay in this grocery store. I am. You know, if I have white friends, I want my white friends to be comfortable. I want them to feel like they exist in this world. And I know it's gotten harder for white people to do impressions. You know, you can't get away with just Black guy voice anymore. You know, it's now not appropriate to just break into a general Asian accent. But what you still can do, what you're welcome to do, is just be specific. Don't do Black guy voice. Pick one Black guy, like Mike Tyson. You know, he's one tough guy and he'll really knock you out. Do one individual person. You know, don't do Japanese voice. Do George Takei. It's okay to be Takei. The real gays know I said his name wrong that first time. You know, don't do Mexican guy voice. Do Cheech Marino. Just do one person. Anybody, any of my friends out here, are you scared of Ouija boards? Any of my friends scared of Ouija boards? Yeah, I see a head nod. I am here tonight to do one more bit of public service. I beg you, my friends, do not fear Ouija boards. Ouija boards are paper and ink manufactured by the Mattel Corporation, okay? It's the same people that make Transformers and Barbie doll toys. If those motherfuckers could cast spirits and magic into plastic and ink, they would do shit with the Barbie dolls, you know? They would be milking money out of us through more interesting means than just allowing magic to trickle into teenagers' rooms, you know? I feel like the fear of Ouija boards, you know, it's a very God-centric idea, you know? There's churches saying, fear the Ouija boards. Do not play with witchcraft. That is the devil's work. These are the same Christians that see a Muslim wearing a mask, see them having the slightest idea of maybe their religion has survived a plague before. These same Christians that are terrified of trying anything differently see Muslims in masks and think, that's how we delineated ourselves. The Jews have the little hat. The Muslims cover everything. We don't mask ourselves. We believe in God, no mask. That's our whole thing. We cannot adjust to a plague. We decided no mask, you know? I feel like I've gotten this unique perspective. I have this gift. So many comedians are telling people about the differences between Black people and white people. You know, I think there's so many of the same, you know, Black people and white people, both Christians who hate people in masks, you know, like it's a funny, we have similarities in places. Religion can bring us together. Maybe two more things. I want to run over my time. I have ADHD, you know, dating me with ADHD, what that means is even if I'm doing something I really want to do, okay, even if I'm making love to the person I love most in the world, as I'm kissing down their body, if we left the TV on and I hear pew, 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 I'm distracted. I'm back in Star Wars land, you know? I'm totally out of whatever delicious genitals I'm making a meal of, and I'm gone. Now, as I leave you, I have one very solemn, very serious piece of advice, okay? Please tell your friends, take this seriously. Everyone, we have to lighten up on white people with dreadlocks. White people with dreadlocks, we have to lighten up. Got to lighten up on them, you know? I think what has happened is the mean white people, you know, the businessy white people have tricked Black people into being mad at the only cool white people, you know, the hippies, hippies with their dreadlocks. You can see them with their dreadlocks. You know, they're at least trying to be cool, you know? I'm just afraid. I'm afraid that yelling at someone about their haircut is just not the right side of an issue. You know, being mad at someone about their haircut, I don't know. What's the other hairdo that's gone out of fashion? What does the other hairdo? I think the only other one is the Hitler mustache. And Michael Jordan brought it back. So, you know, Black people are magic, okay? Accept the magic in yourself. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you to all the comics you've seen tonight. Thank you for Duante for putting the show together. I've had a great time. Stay safe. Tell your friends to get vaccinated. Love yourselves. Love each other. I'll give it back to our host. Thank you so, so much.
Fantastic. Comedy and political theater. I feel cultured this evening. Thank you, Dante, for letting me host tonight. Don't forget to tip your bar staff. If that means going down a second time, you know, it's a bonus for you too. I understand. I do want to say real quick before we go, I do love to make my white friends uncomfortable. That's the only reason I have white friends. I mean, otherwise, what? Also, shoot a cop in the dick. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should shoot a cop in the dick. I'm saying if you have a gun and there's a cop and that cop has a dick, shoot a cop in the dick. That's what it's nuance. It's nuance, baby. It's nuance. I love you all so much. Thank you for sharing this Black and proud space with us. You're beautiful. I love you. Have a good night.
Great job, y'all.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, thanks. I had a lot of fun.
You're still recording me, so I have to keep looking cute.
Whatever. There you go.
I can't stop talking until it stops saying record.